Hi, everybody. This is your neighbor, the one you usually see scurrying from the elevator to the apartment so as not to have to speak to anyone, who's now desperate for communication during this time of quarantine. You may recognize me more easily with this on. That's how I generally am, even when I'm about to throw the garbage out or, God forbid I have to go into a store these days. But I would like to welcome you to my reading series. I'm going to read a series of stories that I have crafted over the years. How pretentious is that? But the first one is called First Kiss, 1958. Hey, Merle, come here, Leslie whispered. A coonskin Davy Crockett hat poked out of his dungaree waistband. You wear the hat, I'll be the Injun, said Leslie, my best bud. With his brown skin, Bambi eyes, and his moonbeam smile, he projected the word fun onto everything we did. I clamped the hat down around my ears and mimed carrying a big rifle. I get pretty girl, Leslie said in a mock Injun accent. I pretended I didn't hear him till he crawled behind me, jumped up, and threw his skinny 5-year-old arms around me. Davy, I said, but he turned me around and kissed me straight on the lips, moving his head around like Mommy and Daddy kiss. His lips were soft, like fleshy pillows. The kiss felt good. Good until I heard my mother scream, Merle Itzkowitz, get into this house immediately. I need to skip this part. Mom's feet pounded the grass that hurt, and her face scrunched into a squinty line. Leslie, go home. And I don't want to see you here ever again. But what did I do? Leslie asked, his lips quivering. She didn't answer. Mommy waited till Leslie left the yard, his head hanging, tears dripping down his cheeks, his furry hat in hand. She grabbed my hand and yanked me upstairs into our apartment where, confused by her anger, I cried on and off for the rest of the day. Your crying will get you nowhere, Merle. When your father comes home, I'll tell him what happened out there, she said. But Mommy, I said between tears, what's wrong? Again, no answer, and she turned and ran out of the room in a huff. I waited in my bed, my stomach cramping as I listened for Daddy's voice, but I fell into a tangled sleep before he got home. That night, I was jerked awake by the sound of splintering glass. Our humongous hallway mirror had crashed to the floor. Mommy, I screamed, and I swear I leapt all the way across the kitchen floor right into my parents' Castro convertible sofa bed. Dad was already picking up dangerous-looking shards of glass. 7 years bad luck, my superstitious mother said. Jesus Christ, Adele, said Dad, gingerly holding a large sliver of mirror. Get me some work gloves. They're under the sink. Put your shoes on first, he instructed Mommy. It seemed that the Leslie affair had been forgotten in the midst of the broken mirror incident, but soon after that strange day I got wind that it was curtains for me and my beloved East Orange. Mommy sat me down. Merle, you're never going to guess what, she said. You've seen me packing things up, and you know why? We're moving, and you're going to have your very own room with pink ballerina wallpaper. We'll live right by a big park, and you'll get a chance to make all new friends, she said. I like my old friends, especially Leslie, I thought. Mommy, is it because I kissed Leslie? I hadn't forgotten that angry day, and even worse, I hadn't seen Leslie since. Don't be silly, Merle, she said, turning away. Tears spilled from my eyes. Apparently, my 7 years of crappy luck had already started. To distract me from my misery, Mom said, let's drive to Burger Train. It was a calculated move, as she knew that I was sick at the thought of leaving my home, my friends, especially my bestie, Leslie. But curses, I love Burger Train. I clutched a nervous stomach all the way to the restaurant. Inside, even the toting little train schlepping around burgers around the pink Formica counter didn't lift my sagging psyche. Merle, eat your food. And don't worry, you're going to make tons of new friends in our new neighborhood. No one will ever be as nice as Leslie, I said, making sure to pout. Mom waved me away with her hand. I pecked at the burger like a sick pigeon, and when I swallowed some, I felt my stomach whirl. Eat up. We have to get home to meet the movers, Mom said. I tried to comply, biting into much more of the gristly meat than I was capable of chewing. Suddenly, I felt a rising volcano of puke in my throat. Mommy, But it was too late. A mountain of everything from matzo ball chunks to Cheerios jettisoned onto the restaurant counter, some of it even splattering onto Mom's tweedy skirt. Jesus, Merle, you should have run to the bathroom, Mom hissed, wiping her skirt down with a water-soaked napkin. Then she wiped around my mouth a little too vigorously. It's all right. She's fine. I'll get someone to clean this right up, the waitress said. She sent me a kind look and added a wink. I felt a well of grateful tears rising. Mom paid the check and pulled me out of the restaurant. I didn't do it on purpose, I whined. I know it's a tough time for us all, said Mom. I'm sorry I was so grouchy, honey, she said, patting my shoulder as she steered me toward the car. And that was the day the Mayflower Moving Company came and took everything away, except for my memory of Leslie Walker. I never saw him again.